Look, you probably have a website similar to one of these that I'm going to show you, and you probably don't even know how it's costing you thousands of dollars. Let me ask you something. How long does it actually take for you to respond to your leads? Do your leads even trust you? Do your leads look at your reviews, your testimonials? How do you get your leads pre-sold into your company before you actually ever speak to them? If you implement what I'm going to show you here today, not only will you get more leads, but you will actually get your leads pre-qualified before you ever speak to them. Look, I work with construction companies all across the US, so I know what works and I get a good behind the scenes peek into what everyone else is doing. And this is stuff your competitors would never share with you. Look, this is a random website that I found on Google when I searched up kitchen remodeling in Las Vegas. Now, this website looks extremely outdated and it simply does not work. And even if you have a more updated and modern website, something like this, you probably are still missing out on some of the key features that we do to actually get more leads and turn more of those leads into estimates than into paying projects. Look, your website has three main purposes that you need to make sure that you are showing to your potential clients. The first thing that it must do is show that you are a real company. It needs to build trust and increase your reputation so the people that reach out to you know that you provide high quality, high-end services, and they are comfortable paying you thousands and thousands of dollars. And one of those features, this is what most people completely forget, is just to put a picture of your face. This is a random person that I found on Google. Now, what I suggest you do is you include a picture of you actually smiling on your website, right? Be happy about your work and show them that when they speak to you, you will be happy, you'll be positive, you'll be excited about actually speaking with them. Now, even having a photo like this where you look maybe super serious is still better than having nothing, because everyone wants to know who they're actually doing business with. And so many contractors just put stock photos on the website and just hope and pray that it works and it builds trust. The second thing that the website should do is qualify your leads for you. Look, if you have a high-end website with high-end photos and high-end projects that you've done, this is going to repel the people that do not have a budget. So what you want to do is showcase your best work. And not only that, but you want to have something like this, which is a survey, which pre-qualifies those leads, because you and I both know that at the end of the day, you can get a million freaking leads, but if they're not high quality, then you are just wasting your time. Your sales reps are wasting their time driving out to this property, giving estimates, putting all this stuff down on paper. You want to ask them a bunch of questions like this to make sure they are even worth your time. And I'm going to go deeper into this survey later in this video and show you the exact questions that we ask. And lastly, you want your website to actually be bringing you more customers, more leads, more estimates in the first place. It should not be sitting there stagnant. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this. So I know you probably don't care about the technicals of how sleek it looks or how minimalistic it looks. So let's dive into the practical things first that actually give you the highest conversion rate. One of the main things you want to do is have a live chat widget like this, as you can see at the bottom right-hand corner. And you want this to stay on your website as customers, as potential estimates go through your entire site. So if I go over to products or services or gallery, this will always be in the bottom right-hand corner. Not everyone is in a position where they can call you right away. And I know what you're already thinking. Well, how can I have this chat widget? I don't want to be sitting on my phone. I don't want to be sitting behind a computer screen answering freaking questions all day. That's exactly where you integrate AI. Okay, AI is extremely smart, and you can feed it information about your business, your hours, your services. You can feed it anything you want, and it can handle those questions for you. Now, before you think, oh, well, AI is not smart enough, it doesn't know what I do, it doesn't handle the right questions. What if it's a super specific question? Relax. What you want to do is train the AI to have the same goal as you, meaning you want this AI to just book you more appointments. The whole purpose of this whole thing is to get you estimates. But instead of just booking you estimates right from your website, you probably want to pre-qualify leads. So what I suggest you do is you have an initial phone call consultation that anyone can book online. Because imagine if someone's going to your website and they're on a lunch break, maybe they try to call you, maybe you don't pick up, or maybe they don't call you because they know they don't have time. If they start a chat with this widget, it's going to go through, and I'm going to show you a live conversation, but it's going to go through and pre-qualify them, ask them some kind of questions. If you're doing full remodels, you do full kitchens, bathrooms, and they just need a sink replaced, the AI will filter out that lead and say, hey, we actually do full remodels. And then it's going to collect their name, their email. You can have it collect their address and then book that appointment for you. This is a live conversation inside of our backend dashboard that we link up to our websites. So this is what the person came in and typed in. Again, this is a potential lead. Interested in getting a quote on a remodel, looking to have a fiberglass bath shower combo removed, and have a walk-in shower installed. We're located at this address on this boulevard. Of course, I have to blur out the sensitive information. Then the AI came in and it said, hey there, we're interested. Let's schedule a consultation to discuss your walk-in shower remodel. When would you like to book an appointment? Now, they knew exactly what they wanted. But if they asked a simple question of, hey, do you do walk-in showers? Hey, do you remodel bathrooms? Hey, can you tell me more about your bathroom remodeling services? The AI would have known all the services, because what you can do is feed the AI everything that you have on your services page, or you could even just talk it into a voice memo, send it to the AI, and then it knows everything about those services. Then they said, this is the lead in the gray, we are flexible in date and time. Tomorrow or Monday works for you, ? And then the AI said, hey, we have time slots available on Monday, January. Here's a couple options. Boom. So now the AI has synced with your calendar and it's booking appointments. Boom, Monday, 10 a.m. works. Gave us the address, email, and then as you can see here, this person was booked. And it all came in from this little chat widget on the bottom left-hand side. So instead of just saying, hey, fill out a contact form, hey, call us right now, let's just start a conversation with them. And again, if they leave your website and then they come back to your website, they can also continue with that conversation as well. So what this does is it adds to your lead pool, because instead of you playing phone tag 10 million times, they can just get their own questions answered and book an appointment on your calendar for a phone call. And the reason this works so well is because if someone's very busy and they call you once, you don't pick up, you try to call them again an hour later, they might not pick up either. Now you guys are leaving each other freaking voicemails and playing phone tag. This books them on your calendar, and also psychologically, this gets them invested in your company. This gets them invested into speaking with you, into potentially working with you. So now, even though they might have reached out to other companies, called other companies, if someone calls them back, they already know they have an appointment with you. And that's a little small micro commitment in your favor. Now, next thing, let's keep going down this website. The next thing that you want to have is a survey instead of a contact form. Let me scroll to the bottom and show you what most people do. So this is already an above average looking contact form right here. Full name, company, email, phone number, how can we help? Now, this looks good. We have the icons in place, but we would never include this on a website. What we've seen is that surveys just get way more leads and they're actually much higher quality. Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen this website right here? You probably know this company because they've cold called you 10 million times a day for the past 20 years. But this is Angie, right? There's also Home Advisors, a bunch of these shared lead companies. But how do they collect leads? Now, you don't have to like this company, or maybe you love them. I don't know. But you don't have to like them to actually learn from them. They have spent millions and millions of dollars on advertising. So let's just take a look at what works. What do they have in the very, very top? They have a survey. What do you need help with? Okay, let's say it's hire a handyman. What do? Do they have some crazy long freaking contact form for someone to fill out? No, of course not. They have a survey. They have a survey asking the homeowner a bunch of different questions, but they don't list it out all at once because then it makes it look like it's too big of an effort. But as soon as someone answers one question, two questions, they're already bought in. So let's just say I type in a zip code, I hit next, boom. Now it goes into the next question. What do you need help with? And then they keep moving along that pipeline. So if you include a survey, you can have slightly different questions. And we've tested all kinds. Are you the homeowner? Yes or no? You can choose that, right? What's the scope of the project? List out your services, right? Kitchen cabinets, kitchens and bath cabinets, kitchen remodeling, bathroom remodeling, concrete, fencing, roofing, whatever your services are. As they select that, we can move them down the funnel, move them down the pipeline. What is your address? Now, if you're thinking, oh, that's slightly aggressive, well, we have to know your address to actually give you an estimate, don't we? If you don't want to collect address, you can also just collect zip code and then get their address on the phone or after they book that phone call consultation. And what I like to do is have this be the main thing that someone sees on a website. Now, after they fill out that survey, we want it to go to a page that looks like this. Almost done, John. Again, it pulls in their name from that survey. Almost done, Bob, Susie, whatever. Look out for a text in a few minutes from us. We sent it to, boom. Now we put in their phone number at the top. To skip our waiting list and claim your coupon ASAP, schedule your phone call consultation below. Boom. Now they schedule it, and now we bombard them with different video testimonials that we have, with different written testimonials and so forth. And now it gets them bought in. And guess what happens after they book this meeting? Then we go to a page that shows your face. It goes to a page where you're saying, hey, thanks so much for filling out the form. I'm so excited to chat with you. I will text you here within the next few minutes. And again, you don't have to do that yourself. You can have an automation in place, and we have that inside of our software. So as soon as someone comes in, your appointment is confirmed for blank time. Looking forward to discussing your remodel project. And this works extremely, extremely well. And so now, guess what happened? They saw your website. They saw you do high-end work. They answered a bunch of questions about themselves. And now they even saw your face and heard your voice. So now, no matter what website you have, just by implementing this small tweak, you can build trust so much quicker with people that are reaching out to you, to potential projects. Look, if you're a good company, then you probably know your services are amazing. In fact, you probably have a bunch of people that are raving about you. You know that as soon as you can just get through that door, you close a lot of your leads, don't you? And if that's the case, you just need to get yourself out in front of more people. And I don't mean just more leads, but no, introduce yourself, introduce your face, talk to these people through a screen, and your closing rate will go through the roof. So imagine someone saw your website, but now they already scheduled an appointment with you, so they feel committed to you, and then they saw your face and they saw that you're nice, and they feel like they already met you, even though you've never spoken to them once. Now their likelihood of showing up on that phone call and you actually showing up on their estimate is much, much higher. And they're also pre-sold. They're pre-bought. Now, as soon as you walk through the door, it's not going to feel like the very first time you guys are meeting each other. It's going to feel like almost this celebrity effect of, oh, wow, I saw him online. Now he's at my house. That's super cool. And look, there's tons of other amazing things that we like to include on websites, like having multiple steps of how this works, showing your photos under the About page, showing photos of your team, so that way it really makes it seem like you're an actual legit company, not one of those guys that shows up late or leaves a mess after they're done. I'm sure you know these companies, and you want to differentiate yourself. Also, if you do have reviews, you want to make sure you feature them. You want to make sure these people, your potential customers, see the testimonials, they see the reviews, and they'll be way more likely to sign up. And you can also automatically pull these directly from Google. They see all your services, your About Us page, and then they very clearly see that you are legit. They see your business hours, your address, your phone number. And even if you don't have an address, that's okay too, if you only go into people's homes. But doing all of this stuff combined builds insane trust. And the third and final thing is you want to make sure you start conversations with these people as soon as humanly possible. So we do this, again, within our system automatically. So as soon as someone reaches out, we text them. Hey, John. So let's say they do fill out a website contact form, or they just fill out this form, or they fill out the AI chatbot. We just want to start a conversation. If you don't have all this advanced fancy stuff, no problem. Anyone that fills out your current contact form, just set up some kind of automation or just tell your staff to reach out to them as soon as possible, text or email, and just get that conversation started, because psychologically it gets them bought in to you. When people have something booked or they have a conversation started, they just feel way more dedicated to you. And by having pictures of your face and your team, they already feel like they started that relationship with you. This will get you much, much higher response rates on any leads that come in, whether it's Facebook or Google, or you're running billboard campaigns or newspapers, whatever advertising you do, or even if it's just referrals. Imagine one of your existing customers sends your website to one of their relatives. What happens? Now they're going to get way more excited about speaking to you. And you and I both know these are the highest quality of leads. However, speed to lead is absolutely everything. So whatever your situation is right now, you want to make sure you implement some of this stuff that we talked about, whatever your website looks like. Integrate at the very least the survey and watch your business transform. If you want to see more strategies about how we actually generate brand new leads into our business, go ahead and check out this video next.